Hey, welcome to Writer's Block, the first one of the new year. I'm Dylan.
We should give it an all-new name.
Okay, welcome to all new Writer's Block. And this is the first one of the new year on the new channel.
Yep.
And we're all excited. I'm Dylan.
I'm John.
We're going like this because...
Oh, I'm Sean.
America.
And yeah, and so we got a lot to talk about today. I've got some things, interesting things to talk about. You've got some interesting things. Sean's got some not so interesting things. So
As usual.
Shots fired.
My life is boring.
New show, new year, same stuff.
No. You knowing the topics, I'm actually really interested to talk about what you have to say. So go. I'm in. You good one?
Yep.
Go, Sean.
What
do you want to talk about today, Sean?
Okay, well,
What's your topic?
we'll talk a whole bunch of things. But first being, let's talk about the Captain America trailer, Winter Soldier.
So
Yes.
good.
So let's
That's why I
start
lied.
that
I
off.
was really interested in what we were
Yeah.
talking about.
Huh?
Didn't get to play it for me.
Yeah, I know I missed it, but you'll get to watch it after.
And that's
But
why I lied. I'm really interested in what you're talking about because
Yeah.
I'm loving the new trailer. Oh my god.
Okay, so the first trailer was amazing.
Probably one of the best trailers done for any of the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, probably one of the best trailers I've ever seen. Right, I saw it about 9 times. That's how good it was. Right?
That's all fun.
Yeah, but the second one, a little bit tighter with what it is they're just putting towards the storyline, but it was a lot. It was excellent. It was excellent. I love the fact that they've given this. Basically, Steve Rogers is not the most interesting character in this whole story. And the whole trailer says it, right? Which is the smartest thing, because he's not particularly... I mean, it's always the Captain America book and all of that, but he's not always the most appealing character. So now you have some interesting characters to put in there to sort of make the story more interesting. You know, Samuel Jackson, Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson... and now Sebastian Stan, Winter Soldier, which I think for most people are the most intriguing part of this whole story arc, right?
Well, because some of them haven't read the books, and so
Yeah.
like, who's this? And then all of us who have the books are just laughing our asses off.
But
Giddy as schoolgirls wanting to see how this plays out.
one of the most interesting things that I saw in it was the appearance of Robert Redford, which I thought that was like, that's epic. Right, I mean, for all the young people who don't know who Robert Redford is, you know, go on and IMDb, and you'll know exactly who we're talking about. This guy's a legend, right? So to see him in this movie, I thought that was actually pretty good, because he never picks a bad movie. I've never seen him in a bad movie, right? Mediocre, but never bad. Right, so this was pretty interesting. So, the trailer overall, I found the action sequences, the fight scenes, they're really well done. And again, we've talked about this, done by the guys who did Community.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what I want to talk about.
yeah.
That's the most interesting pick for directors/writers I've ever seen
Not
in my
only
life.
that, they're already in negotiations to sign to direct 3.
Wait, 3 other movies?
No,
No,
Captain
one.
America 3.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah,
okay. Well, so he gets a 3, but
yeah.
Thor doesn't.
No, Thor doesn't.
Thor doesn't.
No, he doesn't need a 3. What's 3?
No.
We've already exhausted all Thor's villains.
Dude.
Yeah,
He doesn't have to be a villain. He could just go and meet like
yeah.
cool Thor things.
We
But-
did that already.
We didn't
We
meet.
ran out.
We meet
Yeah.
the cool Thor thing.
And I
Beta
actually,
Ray Bill.
Of course, I'm talking about Beta Ray Bill.
yeah, oh my god,
I want him to meet Beta Ray Bill.
that would be interesting.
That
But-
is good enough for number 3.
yes,
If anything, it'll be a cosmic story if he's introduced.
yeah, exactly. You know,
I want
but I again, the trailer is amazing. Finally got around to watching Thor 2: The Dark World.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You took a while.
Yeah, I did. You know what?
The second movie of Thor?
yeah.
I saw that first before I saw the first one.
Yeah.
I watched it backwards. It was good.
No, it was. You know what? It was very good.
It fixed the problems I had with Thor 1.
Yeah.
What was the problem?
Lots.
Yeah.
It's still a good movie, but there is lots of problems.
Yeah, I think the problem is that Thor is just one of these big, grandioso type movies that you attempt to do, and if you do it the first time around, you tend to miss a lot. Right? So, two addressed what was missing in one. I love the fact they emphasize a lot more of the Warriors 3.
Yeah.
Which was really, really good. They showed more of Asgard. Every time I watch these kind of flight scenes where it's ships fighting each other, it just takes me back to Star Wars, man. And I don't know why it does that. You know, and it's like, it's as if I make the comparison between a fight scene in one of the first 3 episodes, or rather the 3rd episode of Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know, so I watched the fight scene, I'm like, even some semblance, some of the ships look the same. Right? Like, for example, the ship in Dark World, I'm like, man, that's a B-Wing fighter. Right? You know
to be fair, they own the license now. They
Yeah.
can do anything.
They can do anything. Right? Soon enough, we'll see R2-D2 in an Easter egg in a Marvel movie.
That'd be weird.
The collectors just got him under a table.
Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah. But...
You should go rewatch that. It's probably under a table somewhere.
Yeah. But yeah, so the trailer itself, excellent. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. It's actually really well done. You know, so I can't wait for the next spot. Because the movie's coming out in just over a month's time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit over a month.
Yeah. So I'll
Wait, no, it's March, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's March, 4th?
Yeah, is it? Is it that early?
Yeah, I think it's March 4th or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
So...
They're starting off pretty early.
Yeah. We're getting close.
Yeah, okay.
Really excited.
Because usually it's summer blockbusters. You don't start seeing till April?
I think they're playing more to use these to hype up Guardians to be their summer blockbuster.
So I think they're spreading it out.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
Guardians is in August.
Okay. So they keep creating that gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that they're doing this so that, Guardians
Yeah.
gets the big focus for the summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
They give it a bit more stretch in between, and then they use Winter Soldier to hype up.
Yeah. I will say this. This is just based on the trailers alone. Potentially Captain America 2 could be the best out of all the Marvel movies. Not in terms of box office, but just the story. Potentially, it has that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just based on the trailers alone. But we know what happens with trailers. They give you the best possible thing.
Also, it's just boring dialogue.
And then it's just all downhill from there. But anyway, so let's move on from there. So next thing I want to mention is...
Yeah, 7 minutes.
Huh?
Yeah, 7 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
You want to talk about the other trailer or fuck that trailer?
Which one?
Spider-Man.
No, man. It's not even...
So I watched that
worth
for
it,
no
man.
reason?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, can someone
watch
confirm that Electro did not get his superpowers from falling into a pit of fucking electric eels?
Ask the camera.
Can someone tell me if that's canon in the comic books?
So,
I don't follow Spider-Man
radioactive
villains.
spider versus radioactive eels. Wow. Like to see that Sony has become really creative with the Spider-Man license.
Okay, since we're not talking about this,
Yeah, no,
just
it's fucking...
screw it.
Yeah, it's not worth
No,
it.
yeah.
It's not
What do you
worth
want to
it.
talk about, man?
Skip
What's
this
that
Okay,
comic?
so
It's
quickly.
standing right there.
So listen, 2 comics I want to mention this week really quickly. First one, DC Injustice. It's one of those comics that's it's still under the radar. And now you're starting to hear a lot of people starting to talk about it. But the books in the first print are pretty much sold out. But basically, this is a spoiler alert, everyone. So if you haven't read it, too bad. Right?
Or just skip this part.
Or I can put an annotation.
Yeah, put
to
it-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright? Okay. But Superman basically starts killing.
What?
Right? And this is where it gets really interesting. And I think the first 12 issues was probably one, I trolled this a few months ago. And I had people online saying, you don't know what you're talking about. How could you say that when there are all these other new 52 books? I will still say this. is probably one of the best written DC comics over the last 12 months. Has to be. Probably in the top 3. Right? It's one of the best. And it's one of the things where it's a misguided Superman. He's not necessarily an asshole, but he's just misguided. And it just makes it for a very interesting storyline. But as I said already, this is what Civil War for Marvel should have been. Right? And even though there was, people died in Civil War and stuff like that, it wasn't as meaningful as what you've seen in DC Injustice.
I like to believe that everyone in Civil War that died has come back to life.
Have they?
I mean, if Stiltman is alive...
Except they brought back Stiltman, right? Well, maybe it's the same. I don't know. But Black Goliath is still dead. Yeah, he has his son. Whatever. But they killed the black man again.
Yeah.
And they still didn't bring him back. Right?
Did you expect anything different?
Yeah. He's not as popular as Stiltman.
Did not.
Stiltman's got that mad fan base.
Yeah. Yeah, but he got a bazooka to the crotch. Like, I
like how that's what inspired his fan base.
Yeah, I'm like, the guy got it from the Punisher.
Only some people can die in this way.
I know this kind of sets up what we think of the Punisher, but again, you get killed by a big-ass bazooka from the Punisher. And of all places, in the crotch. Right?
Straight up in the dong.
Yeah. Right?
Man,
and you're
Miller's
telling me...
crazy.
Yeah. And you're
Miller's
telling me...
nuts.
You're telling me he gets to come back and there's no Black Goliath? Don't tell me. I don't care about his son. But I'm telling you, it's like, Black Goliath. Come on. Anyway.
At least they're making a legacy, man.
I guess so. Yeah, I know. They're doing that.
We always ask him to do it, so, we gotta...
Yeah.
I mean, I wish it was something more substantial than Black Goliath.
Yeah, I know. It's what I mean. But again, the spoiler alert for DC Injustice, Green Arrow gets killed. Right? In the most brutal way possible. And what's even worse, which was the best part about it, the issue ended with him getting punched repeatedly to death. Issue 12, he's still getting punched repeatedly to death. Right? And I'm like, that's amazing. I'm like, that is exactly what it is I'm talking about when it's like, when you kill someone, they gotta stay dead. Right? So they kill Green Arrow. I got no problem with that. Right? I think he killed the Atom as well too. Okay? No problem. But he could kill the Atom with his fingernails, so that don't really count that much. Anyway.
I think my problem with Injustice is it has no, bearing on the, continuity of...
No.
But that's why it's possible.
It is possible.
Well, at least, Civil War, it was in the main continuity, and it doesn't matter anymore, and that's why it's bad. But, it at least had some semblance of the continuity. But if you like just a story, like an arc, pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. You don't care about
continuity, and even I don't, to an extent.
But I for me, it's like, look, you know what? This is what DC needs to do. They have to start turning this stuff on its side and say, we're going to have to start pushing the envelope. I don't care about the sexuality of the female characters. That's irrelevant as far as I'm concerned, because that's what they're doing and they're doing that with Harley Quinn. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So it's like...
They modernized them.
Yeah, it's like whatever. Then you put in the sexuality of, Green Lantern and Earth 2 and all of this stuff. I'm like, it's been there, done that. Right? But when you start putting these, ground-based characters...
Get into the stuff, but then you can talk about that and we'll finish.
When you're putting these ground-based characters in, honestly, it's like, look, stuff like this is bound to happen. Therefore, Green Arrow is dead. But I don't want to spoil it too much. The first issue came out about 2 weeks ago.
Is it in the frame?
Yeah, it's in frame.
Yeah. So, you know what? It's still available. Check it out. It's really a good read. But quickly, the last book, Mighty Avengers, right? Issue number 6.
Oh, don't hurry. We can go over.
Yeah?
I planned for this.
Okay. Yeah, so Mighty Avengers, consistently one of my favorite books to read because it actually does what I think the Avengers should be, which is a sort of family-based group.
Right. I like how Jessica Jones in that issue even looks at the word Avengers and kind of sees it as like a dirty word in a kind of way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a dirty word, a dangerous word.
Well, that and then I think she's just more or less wants it to be Heroes for Hire.
Yeah.
She's like, it should just be Heroes for Hire, but...
No, I mean, like, her vocal, what she said was, putting Avengers on her front door is asking for trouble.
Yeah. And it's true. And it's true. But the thing about this book, the way it's written is, it's not like the other Avengers books, where it's like, you're getting every Tom, Dick, and Harry coming in to be a member of this team. And it just feels like it's forced upon you. But when you put together a team that has like Luke Cage and then of course Blue Marvel and
Danny,
Danny just came in,
the Falcon,
right, White Tiger and stuff. It just seems like it's a, in terms of the dynamics of the group, it just seems like it's a well meshed group of guys and girls that just call themselves a family.
We have She-Hulk now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God,
and
so
it's
cool.
like, yeah, and it's so well written that way, and I love the artwork and stuff. And Al Ewing continues to just, write the hell out of it. So honestly, I think this is a book to pick up. The first 5 issues are still available, so but it's just one of those books that will always be recommended going forward. I don't hear a lot of people recommending Uncanny Avengers. Some say it's good, but a lot of people say it's not.
The hype on that died down really quick.
Yeah. I mean, the concept was interesting, but it really died quickly. And the other one was Avengers World now, right? It was just Avengers. Now it's Avengers World. Honestly, I don't see anything.
Well, at least the name makes more sense now. That everybody's in it. It's Avengers World.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I believe the conceit of the comic is that there's going to be like a world war with the superpowers. So
yeah.
Well, yeah, I haven't read it yet.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
comic, so there'll be some kind of chart. It'll be like a 5-page spread chart
in the back that you need to follow.
It's not just at the back. It's like you take the back and then you unfold like 3 pages and it's this big fucking flow chart.
Yeah.
I love Hickman, but goddamn, that's a reality.
Yeah, I'm like, that was a ridiculous flow chart. That's why I'm afraid to still read. What's it? Infinity? Yeah, I'm afraid to read.
You were saying about that yesterday, how like the flowchart's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm like, you're gonna tell me I gotta read this, plus I gotta read these 2 books. And I know it's always been the case, but it seems like a little bit more ridiculous with Infinity, where the flowchart just went on and on and on. So yeah, I'm gonna avoid that as long as I possibly could. Right?
I like how Battle of the Atom did theirs. There was no tie-in comics. It was just like, this is the 10 comics within the story.
Yeah.
Exactly. Also, it was a checklist, not a flowchart.
Yeah, it was a checklist.
Yeah.
And then branch off. It's like, you want the story, here you go.
Yeah. But...
Alright.
Yeah.
I don't like what they're doing to Lobo, though. Which is almost the same thing, except for there's no checklist at the back.
No, there isn't. It's a guess...
Guess what Lobo will be this
month. No, it's a buy all of DC Universe, please. Buy all the DC books
know what?
for Lobo.
Marketing-wise... For a Lobo character, that's intriguing. You just have him looking for his other Lobo counterpart, and he's going through DC Universe. That's interesting.
The problem is, like, there's no, like, watch Lobo next time in this book at the end.
Or, like, give a little pamphlet with, these are all the Lobo comics.
Yeah, so it's like...
It's just buy all the DC comics, and he might show up.
He might be there. So this month,
this variant,
keep looking. He's going to appear. But you know what?
No, this is the variant where he's in it.
Yeah.
It's a ghost variant.
But it will grab some people. It will grab some people. Especially the Lobo fans. They'll be like, oh, okay.
Or the Lobo fan we know who's just angry.
Oh, yeah.
Who's just extremely angry.
Oh, my God. Are we talking about Max?
We are talking about Max. He's really angry.
Oh, my gosh. But no.
But
he has a
I'm
point,
pissed.
man.
I don't read Lobo and I'm pissed.
Yeah, he has a point. It's like, come on, seriously? And then you have this new Lobo running around. I'm like, come on.
I think the idea is to make this new Lobo not shit, to make you like him, and then bring old Lobo in, and then make you want new Lobo.
If I was Deodato, I would just be like, new poll: who you want to die?
Yeah.
And then that's what we do.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like vote to see who lives and dies.
Yeah.
That works for DC all of the time.
All right. I think we'll end
Okay.
off here.
Yeah.
And we'll see you all next video.